Welcome to the shop. I'm Jared and this is Wrench Every Day, and today we are going to take a walk down memory lane and go 2 years in the past where two titans of automotive YouTube, Tavarish and PFISpeed, had a challenge given to them by eBay Motors.
We were challenged to buy 2 cars off of eBay Motors for the purpose of drag racing. We have a very small time frame to build these things to go as fast as we possibly can.
It was to take $10,000, buy a car from eBay Motors, their parts off eBay Motors, and make it run 10 seconds in the quarter mile. And neither of them did it. One, just unfortunately, we don't know, had a bad engine and never really successfully went quicker than 15.5 in a quarter mile, which pretty much every modern minivan can do, so it's pretty embarrassing. And the other one, while slightly better, ended up broken by a buffoon with a heavy foot. But that leads us to today, and the car sitting next to me. The 93 Lexus from that shootout. Chris from PFISpeed had this poor thing sitting, and during SEMA we got to talking and he decided he wanted this car to have another chance to go fast. So he gave it to me. And if you remember at the end of the episode with the shootout, Tavarish gave his Honda Civic to Cleetus McFarland.
Figure I could leave it with a friend of mine. How you doing?
I'll take it. I've never owned one of these Hondas, but hey, brother.
And it became known as the Freedom Civic, where it kind of became an orphan. They raced it a little bit after fixing the axle, then Kyle raced it a little bit, and Brent from PFISpeed adopted that poor orphan Civic to give it another chance at going quick.
This actually was the one that belonged to Tavarish previously before he gave it to Cleetus, and Cleetus and James and everybody gave it a rip, and they ended up breaking the transmission, and Brent got this thing pulled apart and got a new set of gears in there and got her all fixed up, ready to go again.
So with the cars secured and in our possession, we decided we really wanted to make these things run 10 seconds in the quarter mile. So we reached out to eBay and proposed to them the idea of the rematch. Let's get these cars, take the time that it's going to take to make these run 10 seconds in the quarter mile safely, and they loved it. So we are excited to announce that we are partnered with eBay Motors on the rematch series, where we are going to make this Lexus run as fast as it can, 10 seconds, safe, reliable, all of the time, instead of 16.5 seconds on a 250 shot of nitrous. That was pretty embarrassing. But of course, it takes 2 cars to have a showdown, and just off camera, we have Brent from PFISpeed and the Freedom Civic in the house. So,
yes, you do.
How are you doing?
I'm awesome. This is exciting.
I'm really excited for us to be able to take the time and run these things quick. So, if you want the deep dive on the current state of the Freedom Civic, you're going to have to head over to PFISpeed's channel. He is going to be kind of doing a similar introduction to the car there, but
that's it.
I know this car a little bit because I had to work on it a few days.
You wrenched on it every day.
Actually, we wrenched on this every day. This needed a whole lot, and it still let us down. So, but you've not really met the Lexus at all.
No,
so do you want to see?
Yeah, I don't know what the competition is.
Yeah, do you want to take a close look at this? We've got Pyrrha in the shop as always, and she is leaving her fur on everyone. We have Shane and Gordo enjoying. Also, that's my nice lounge in the corner, finally put together. So, yeah.
This is fantastic.
What do you think this is powered by?
I don't know. I'm not sure what you got in this thing, honestly.
It is you know, you have the 2JZ possibility.
That's what I thought it would be.
There's the
1J or something.
1UZ. Nope.
Woo!
Hood shocks hold. Okay. What do you think of that?
That's wild.
So,
I never would have guessed that.
So this is a small block Chevy. Beyond that, Chris and I have no clue what was ever put into this engine. It's motor plated. What that means is instead of your traditional motor mounts down there, you have this thick steel that is a little bit more rigid. It's better for drag racing traditionally.
Makes it easy to work on.
Yeah, you can pull them real quick and easy. But you see those big nitrous solenoids. We got a Sniper EFI on it, and yeah, we On a full kit, ran 16.9, I think it was, which
There's a bug.
there's something very wrong. We did some compression tests. I'm really curious to, just find out what's in this engine and maybe get it running. We now have a bunch of pine straw. It feels like both of the cars just kind of sat somewhere
Yeah,
for a while.
they really did.
So they both
Little
could use-
neglect, but
Yeah, just a little bit of neglect and pine straw. So we're gonna have to detail them. So that's the engine bay. Again, Sniper EFI. Now, if you ever motor plate a car, you do need, this is what's called a tension or locating rod. If you don't, and you hit the brakes, those will actually flex forward and back a little bit and drive shafts fall. You don't have that problem.
Yeah. No, we don't have that problem.
So let's see. I've not had a chance to, I don't know that I ever noticed that before. This was a manual transmission chassis. They still have the clutch master.
Oh,
This was a rare car for them to do this
Right?
too.
super beautiful car.
So the paint has gone a little bit.
Should clean up. Yeah, it still has the clutch pedal.
Really, it's down there too. Oh yeah, it's getting to the floor.
To the floor.
We got a shifter, a Grant steering wheel, as you would expect in a vehicle. Oh, a Nito shirt. I know Chris works with Nito a lot, so I've got a bunch of pipe. That's about the right size that you need for your car, right?
Literally, yep.
If you want, you can have some of that. So in here, Chris put together a back half of a roll bar with some tabs welded in. You have an aftermarket shifter because I'm guessing you probably have a GM transmission under there, which I do know. It's a TH350. Of all the ones to put in, they kind of picked the glass cannon.
Well, we've got a glass cannon in ours too.
Yeah, that's true. So 700 R4 maybe would have been the only way to have put a weaker transmission in. What I like, do you see that in the center there, right in front of the shifter?
Yeah.
That's your turn signal.
Oh, cool.
It's like a boat wiper
Little
thing.
knobs.
So Pyrrha brought us the key. You want to take it back? Thanks for the smile. And there should be a fuel cell back here. Oh, wow, that's a tight seal.
Yeah, that was sealed up good.
So we
Fancy filter.
We got an air cleaner that doesn't work anymore. Oh yeah. So that's a lot of spark plugs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are busy.
Well, again, we were planning a 250 shot, and generally, you know, not necessarily going to burn up plugs, but you can go through a set of plugs at that level of nitrous per run. So we were ready. He went, and we got the good oil.
The good oil.
We got a Wix filter. We got jets. I mean,
great.
we got everything we could
To be successful.
except for the car.
What's underneath it?
Oh, you're not ready for what's underneath.
Oh, yeah?
Should we call it the Red Rocket?
Yes.
There'll be a few people who get that reference. Gratuitous Pyrrha footage. I just wanted to take a quick second and thank eBay Motors again for sponsoring this build series we're doing with PFISpeed. We've got some amazing stuff coming, and it's all thanks to them. Now, if you've been living under a rock and have somehow never heard of eBay Motors, it is a global marketplace where you're able to buy cars, parts, and accessories. So if you're looking for your next project, you're gonna find it there like these two cars were found. Or if you need parts for your existing projects, you can find new and used parts. And while you're busy buying those parts for your project car, know that your purchases are protected by the eBay Money Back Guarantee. Go ahead and head on over to eBay Motors, click the link in the description below, or download their app and start buying your parts now. Now let's get back to looking at that Lexus. All right, are you ready to see what you're gonna see? Because this thing's gonna pick the front tires so high up in the air.
First off, I gotta say this lift is super tall.
Oh yeah, good point. I picked it up to my height.
I'm like...
Thank you, Ben Pack, for the extra tall lifts. Because your old tall lifts weren't this tall. So
I feel miniature.
Again, we've got, man, is that oil pan just... Okay, there is a little bit of daylight on that oil pan, but not much.
Yeah.
They had to motor plate it. So, and back here is your mid plate. I wonder if they did actually space the converter right for that. So here's that beautiful TH350, no trans brake, because, you know, if you're building a drag race car, why would you not? we do have a drive safety loop there. That is encouraging.
Yeah.
So what this does is, on hard launches, it's somewhat easy to break these U-joints, and you can then have a shaft bouncing around violently underneath you, which is that's not good.
Not good. You
So
pogo stick one of these, it picks the whole back of the car off the ground.
yeah, so that is designed to keep it in. But this is the
Yeah. This he could definitely dial in and have some bite in this car.
so what we've got back here. And I'll have to say I was wrong. I called it a ladder bar. This is a 4-link.
Yeah.
4-link setup with a Ford 8.8-inch rear axle that actually would have never have passed tech. Because if you look, it doesn't have C-clip eliminators on it.
Oh, yeah.
And what a lot of you thought happened with Johnny where a C-clip broke, these axles are held by a small little C-clip in the center. So if anything breaks on the outside of it, all of that just leaves. Just goes
Makes
away.
sense, yeah.
So that is a big problem. So we're going to have to do something to fix that axle. We've got still brand new bias ply tires, although I'm thinking I might go with the new radials.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, radios would be sweet.
I know you can't play radial game.
I can't, but
There is one massive flaw back here, and I'm wondering if you might notice.
the miniature shocks.
Listen, it's not always that short. But really,
Yeah.
you want to try to have minimal 5 inches of shock travel, and that looks like it might travel 3 inches. So
Not a lot of extension.
there's not a lot there. So, and what I really appreciate is all these points for adjustable shocks, so we can make it even shorter.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to really come up with some way to make that work a little bit better. But I mean, other than that, it's
You know, if they only have 5 days, they just made what they had work. So.
right. Exactly. It was a real tight timetable. In pictures, this thing looked ready to rock. I was noticing, it looked like they missed a big weld, but
Yeah, that's what I noticed too.
oh,
To poke at that.
the good news is they got the boogers.
I got that side.
The boogers are there, so we're good to go. But they bought the best starting platforms that they possibly could and just ran with it. So
Yeah, this is a great chassis.
that is warehouse shelving.
5 days.
They're like, you know what looks good? Let's get that shelf down,
It is shelving though.
and we're gonna build a transmission mount out of that. And we're totally bone stock in the front, not even lowering springs in the front end here. So there's lots of room for improvement. But our goal, again, is we're trying to do 10-second builds because that was the original challenge.
Yep.
And it's easy to get carried away. But here, I'm going to build a car that will run 10s.
I'm gonna build one that runs 10s.
I'm not saying it's not going to have the potential for more, but
same.
we're going to show up and we're racing each other as 10-second bracket racers.
That's it. 10-second bracket cars.
Yeah. So that is this car. We're going to have links to the original build series. This, I believe, did pretty well. It's been viewed quite a few times, but you've got the real celebrity.
Oh, it's an amazing little hot rod. Pretty excited. That's for sure.
I think between all the channels, between Tavarish,
Yeah.
yours, Kyle's, Cleetus,
Yeah.
that might be a 10 million view Civic.
Possible, and she's just got these rad vibes, you know. It's
And
just a cool car.
And we're gonna work on doubling that, right?
Yep, that's it. It's gonna be awesome.
So this is really exciting. I've got a lot of work. We've got to figure out why it doesn't run. We've got to put in a seat for Pyrrha, right?
Have to.
She's like, someone's outside. Someone's here. So, but we're going to go ahead and jump over to the PFISpeed channel and take a look at a Civic now.
Let's do it.
So this is a built LS VTEC, so it has the LS bottom end with the GSR head. B-Series car obviously has a similar looking turbo, kind of looks like a GTX, no-name turbo under there. Similar to what we run on ours, but yeah, super basic build from what they know. It's just a rods and pistons motor.
Didn't they build this or buy this or something for a build-off between Tavarish and B is for Build or something?
I believe
something
so.
Like all of that?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the whole history of this car because I know Tavarish and B is for Build did some drive-off thing with them, but yeah, this thing should be pretty fun. So we're gonna give her a rip today, see if we can't get this thing into the 10s. Well guys, not too bad. Just went in 11.3 in the Civic. That heater hose popped off again, so I let out. I don't even think I made it into 4th gear because I just kind of coasted the rest of the way because I thought maybe it was a head gasket, but I'm pretty sure it is just that heater line. But 11.3 is not too bad.
All right, well, if you have gone to the PFISpeed channel, we just finished looking over the Freedom Civic, and we're in trouble. Not only was it already like 6 seconds faster, it's a whole lot closer to being finished. That, and I think you're kind of the wizard with them, so
I kind of like it.
we're going to be in trouble. So we have got a lot of work to do on this Lexus, not only, well, making it run again. At least yours doesn't run, but when it does run, it's a lot faster.
It rips.
So we've got to make that small block run. Then there's the decision, do we keep it? Do we go to a different engine? Do we put what belongs in a Lexus? There's lots of options there. Cosmetically, our paint has gotten worse, so it's the decision of, do we do anything cosmetic, or do we keep the appearance of both the cars the same? So fill the comments out. Let us know, what do you think we should do as far as cosmetics, power plant, turbos, no turbos, nitrous, EV, which I'm probably not a fan of. Are you down to wait an hour between races?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, well, so EV's out for this build, but our goal is to finally get these cars to run the 10s that they were always meant to be. So I have to extend a huge thank you to eBay Motors for giving us the chance to give these cars the chance that they deserve. They deserve to do it, and you guys will get to see it. So make sure to support the sponsors that are supporting us. Go check out eBay Motors, buy your parts and accessories. Anything we take off of these cars are very likely going to get listed there because it gives us more money to make them faster, right?
That's it.
So
That's exactly it.
the way we do this is I do my outro, and then I say a line, then you have to give a pearl of wisdom. So all right, we're giving them a head start. Normally I don't do it. I put them on the spot. So appreciate you guys hanging out, and we get to explore exciting new projects that are coming to the channel, and we're going to do an really just awesome build series. I'm smiling a ton. Brent's smiling a ton. That's because this is amazing, and we get to share the whole process with you. But as always, I'm Jared, reminding you guys to always make questionable choices, and
I just went blank. I need a second.
well, that's okay. If you don't know where to go, find a dog and pet the dog. We'll see you.